A day to behold Him. Today is a day we fellowship with Him. To fall in love again with my first love. Your first love, our first love. You see, this day we step up to make up. And no, I'm not talking foundation or contour, but I'm talking the composure we lost somewhere between the noise and expectations of this world. Somewhere between the like buttons and the obsessive compulsion for a follow. It is funny how this generation have mastered looking flawless on a screen we hold at arm's length, but are starving for a gaze with He who holds all things together. We scroll for hours in search of a face that tells us we are enough, but we forget social media wasn't built to behold, but to date. Let's take a minute. Let's pause. Let us pull off this mask and remember that beholding isn't a waste of time. Beholding isn't a waste of time. Let us ask Moses. He didn't just stand on that mountain. He tarried and transformed. So his face became too bright for Israel to behold because they were not caught in the same mold. They were too fixated on their fleeting pleasures and their tantrums of going back and forth instead of staying to behold He who holds all things together. You see, Moses didn't descend the mountain clutching a selfie to show where he had been. He descended wearing a veil because, you see, some makeups cannot be downplayed. They cannot be wiped off because they are not even applied, but they are absorbed and baked into our bones by beholding, carved by presence and not painted by human hands. And that is the makeup we are after today. Not the kind that reflects in the mirror, but the kind that changes what the mirror sees. Now, let me tell you why beholding isn't a waste of time. Why the world calls it idle, but heaven calls it sublime. There is a difference between the seer and a scribe. You know, a scribe tells you what he has read, but the seer tells you what is near, because he has stayed long enough for the veil to disappear. You can study a river on a page for all you care, or you can either jump into it and cause its currents to change your gait. And that is the difference beholding makes. One moment spent before the throne brings us more grounds than more hours spent talking about a God you've not sat long enough to know His weight. You know, some of us are like that. We are like scribes running on empty pulpits, quoting a God we can't even touch His weight, we can't touch His nearness, we can't touch His perfection. You see, the problem is that we are refusing to acknowledge a God in our presence, but God has never been absent. And so today He brought us together for us to remember and for us to accept this nearness we have always been standing in. You see, beholding isn't chasing a distant God. Beholding is finally realizing that God never left. We behold until we are formed.